It's Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. Let's talk about the news. From BBC News, Egyptian soldier killed in Israel border incident. An Egyptian soldier stationed near the country's border with Rafah was shot and killed during a cross-border exchange of fire between Egyptian and Israeli soldiers. Both countries' militaries are investigating what happened. This is notable in part because it's occurring at a moment in which much of the international community is turning on Israel due to the nature of their invasion of the Gaza Strip, and because Egypt was the first Arab country to sign a peace deal with Israel 45 years ago. On the day of the shooting, just hours previous, Israel's military launched a strike on Rafah that they say killed 2 senior Hamas officials, but which also killed at least 45 people when it set a tent camp ablaze. From the Washington Post, Brazil floods produce hundreds of thousands of climate refugees. More than 160 people have been confirmed killed, and hundreds of thousands of people have been forced to flee their homes, many of them permanently, following significant floods that surged through cities in the southern state of Rio Grande do Sul last month. Entire cities are still submerged even a month later, and the few areas that didn't flood, or only flooded briefly, are now struggling to house tens or hundreds of thousands of people who have been displaced by rising waters. Climate migration is becoming increasingly common and a bigger and bigger strain on regional resources, and many people who would have previously left temporarily are deciding to permanently evacuate flood-prone areas because those floods are becoming more common and more devastating as average global temperatures increase. The past few years have seen several substantial floods that have resulted in large numbers of climate refugees, including floods in Pakistan in 2022, which displaced around 8 million people, and floods in Ethiopia and Kenya in 2023 and earlier this year respectively, each of which resulted in hundreds of thousands of newly homeless, displaced people. And from Reuters, Pakistan temperatures cross 52 degrees Celsius in heat wave. Pakistan's southern province, Sindh, recorded nearly historic temperatures for the region over the past month, this week hitting 52.2 degrees Celsius, which is about 126 degrees Fahrenheit, and the heat wave is still ongoing. The area that's seeing the highest temperatures in Pakistan right now is known for extremely hot summers, but this year's heat wave is hitting the economy especially hard, as people are staying indoors and avoiding going outside as much as possible, and the heat feels worse than usual because of local weather conditions made more prominent by human-amplified climate change. If you're finding some value in one-sentence news, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.